Okay, and then the last one to look at is number 33 here, again, as a type of model, right? And so number 33 is by W.E.B. Du Bois from his text, Souls of Black Folk, which we will read later in the semester. It is 1903 was published, like I said. And so this is really, a statement of what we would call difference, okay? So the standard Western sort of model that you see in Plato's Parable of the Cave is a universalist model, speaking to sort of everyone, or it attempts to speak to everyone, the existential human condition. And it's got a heavily sort of societal aspect to it. Nietzsche's Eternal Recurrence is the same, sort of critiques that on the level of, it's still on a sort of a universalist level, but Nietzsche is critiquing the whole idea of universality, right? And really speaking toward a type of fluid, anarchic sort of individuality. And Du Bois here is also critiquing this Socratic idea that you have in the Parable of the Cave, with the idea of difference. Okay, so he is writing out of the African American experience and 400 years of slavery, right? And so he's saying, well, what type of sort of parable or sort of story can we tell, based on that? And you no longer have the Platonic Parable of the Cave idea that you can work with. So he comes up with this idea of double consciousness, so that the subject is no longer the political subject, the acting subject, us, the individual, is no longer acting in this universal sort of complete way, that there is more of a divided subjectivity and more of a multiplicity of subjectivity that you have at this point. So, and then the event, again, the event of enlightenment, which you have in the Parable of the Cave, is also changed, right? So the event now is not so much the event of enlightenment, but is the event of trauma, of genocidal slavery. Okay, so this can be used as a basic model for differential thinking, for the idea of the philosophy of difference. Philosophy of difference comprises the ideas of race, class, gender, and sexuality. This Du Bois's model is used specifically to talk about the idea of race as difference, but it is a basic model for all philosophy.